Hi, I'm Joshua, a CELTA certified English teacher here in Australia, and today I'm going to be reacting to the Aussiest interview ever.
Happened?
Oh, well, it's really quite funny. I was in bed sleeping at 2 o'clock this morning. My wife comes in and says, oh, the shop's been, someone ran into the shop. And I said, oh, what? So I jumped out of bed and all I had was my undies on and I've walked out.
So this is a common thing that Australian and also Irish people do a lot. Instead of saying my, they say me. For example, he says me undies. He's talking about his underwear.
Out the front, and I've seen the car smashed, and I've seen the bloke walking back to the car, and so I've walked outside.
That's another common slang term that they use here in Australia. They use bloke to describe a guy. Yeah, nothing specific about the person, just they use it to describe like a person.
And I said, oh, what are you doing, mate? Like, you can't be leaving the scene. And he goes, don't be a hero, mate. And I said, I'm not trying to be a hero, but the police are coming. And he just decided he'd scoot up the road, and I just said, nah, it's not going on like that, mate. So I jumped in my car, and I started chasing him up the road, and then he went down a side street, and then the police were coming, and I flashed them and sent them off in the direction of him. But, mate, all I had was me jocks on. I was chasing him up the street.
So now he said me jocks. He's still referring to his underwear. That sometimes they call them jocks. And again, he said me.
And I'm just like, mate, like...
Because you told me that this is your mate's shop, yeah, and you didn't want him to get away.
Yeah, nah.
That's definitely the most typical Aussie slang that you hear. Everyone calls each other mate. People even call their kids mate.
Well, me mate's mum's had this shop for like 40 odd years, and look at it. Look at it. Whoa.
It's a mess, isn't it?
Beyond a mess. Like, words can't explain how it is, mate. Like.
Now, Daniel, you managed to put some pants on in the meantime.
Yeah, mate.
It's good to hear. Do you feel like a hero?
Not really. It's just something you got to do for the community, mate. It's like you look after your mates, and your mates will always look after you.
I really enjoy interviews like this because it shows an authentic person, you know, like nothing scripted. It just shows a typical person in an everyday situation, and you can see how he reacted. He did something good for the community, and he's just getting his praise now.
There you go. Good attitude. There you go, guys. Daniel, quite the Australian hero here this morning. As for the owners of the fish and chip shop, well, they are insured, but there is a big mess to clean up this morning.
Oh, wouldn't you like to live next door to Daniel?
Good for him.
Today. Good stuff. And Jess.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Jess, what Daniel needs to realise, Daniel, if you can hear me, you know all good superheroes wear their jocks on the outside, so it kind of fits the brief, pardon the pun.
Yeah, but I had nothing on, but...
So she was making a joke about how superheroes dress. They wear their underwear on the outside of their costume, and he was wearing his underwear at the time of the incident, so...
Me jocks.
Yeah, Lisa.
Well, you missed that bit of the uniform, but that's okay. You're a hero in our eyes.
Wow.
Well done, Daniel.
Sometimes, for people that aren't native English speakers, the Aussie accent, maybe even Irish and Scottish accent, they're so hard to understand because you're not really used to hearing it. You're more used to hearing the more neutral North American accent, like the accent of the people from the United States. Because in movies, all the accents are from the United States. The music you usually hear is usually from people from North America. So it can be difficult to understand this. I mean, even sometimes I have difficulty understanding the Aussie accent, believe it or not. I was living in a very remote area called Broome, working in a bar, and sometimes I wasn't even understanding what the people were saying. And I had a French guy that worked with me, and I felt bad for the guy, honestly, because it was hard for me to understand. And if your English isn't at a native level, it's almost impossible to understand some certain accents. And also the rhythm of how they speak is completely different than us. For example, if you speak to someone from the United States, it's more like each word has more of a strong pronunciation. But if you talk to someone from Australia, they speak very fast, and it's almost like their whole sentence is one word. And also it's filled with so much slang a lot of the time that you might pick up on some words, but then you hear other words and you have no idea what they mean. And it's not your fault because your English might be at a high level, but slang is just one of those things, it's all memorization.